do intro.
Yep. Welcome to McStabber Studios, DC by Night. Vengeance waits. I am, of course, Shanky McStabber, joined
Take
with
two.
the normal table. Take two. We won't go into that story.
I'm Bree Lindare. I'm Shanky's wife, and I play Lily Sanger, Primogenitor Clan Toreador.
I'm Lance. I play Steve Perry, the once and probably not for long Primogen of the Clanless.
I'm Katie. I play Locke, Clan Gangrel, and I am the Hound of DC.
I'm Jim, Clan Nosferatu, Sheriff of DC.
And yes, I can confirm we are recording this time. Y'all can take that way you want. But it's okay. Where we're picking up, of course, Locke and Quartermain are returning and been having a talk with what they discovered for the night. And the implications of it all, especially with art fragmenting. And of course, Lily was heading to Black Magic. You guys have reached Quartermain's Haven at this point, had your little talks. You've outlined each other's, and I believe Quartermain agreed to help Locke find a haven finally of her own. Her first ever house. Or place without a roommate.
Our little Gangrel has grown up. Yay!
She's growing up.
She has. She's come a long way from
She has.
From what happened when she was embraced. I mean,
Now she gets to surf her own couch.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's very true.
I could have a bed.
You could have a bed. I know. Step up.
When you get
You
back,
think you would be able to sleep in a bed?
that's an interesting concept.
That is an
for her.
interesting concept.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Is it a hideaway bed? It's a couch bed? Maybe.
Like a Murphy bed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be
She
a
folds up.
Yeah, it folds in and out.
Yeah.
So, when you get back, it's at this point it would probably be about 3:30 for you. I'm going to cut back to Lily and Raphael, but do you guys have any plans after the 3:30 get back thing? Quartermain has completed his book that he's been copying, so that particular little project
Nice.
has been finished.
Well, then I'll switch back to the original.
Okay, and start reading
Which
through
is
it again.
Reading it again,
Yep.
yes.
So that's up to Quartermain if he wants to reveal what that book was. I'm not going to spoil his story and his book. He said it before though. But Lily has got a meeting with Raphael, and Steve is in his room staring at a signet ring on his finger.
Yeah, just looking at
His
it.
brand new gold signet ring. Of course, the road's deserted heading to the Black Magic. Completely empty, as always.
But there's lights on.
But there's lights on. It's just there's nobody.
No,
couple
it's
cars
closed right now.
Yeah.
Because nobody's out on. Nobody's
the
out
lights.
and
No,
about.
all the lights are in the building is on.
Good. Good.
All of them are still on. I assume you pull up to the back through the
We go
alley.
in through the back door.
And when you knock on the door, of course, you're greeted by Raphael. Good evening, Lily.
Good evening, darling.
Welcome to the establishment. You-
Of
of course. Come in. I wish I could, offer you better hospitality, but we're
Don't.
closed. We have no shoes tonight.
We're good. We're good. My club's closed too.
He's doing better tonight. Before you
Good.
ask,
Good.
he's a little bit under control more.
Good.
I'm still not quite sure which one.
Okay. Well, we'll find that out, I guess.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
How are you feeling?
It's odd. I don't have a heart. I don't feel my heart beating. It's funny the little things you miss in the start of this process. There was a heart, and things just feel odd. I'm sure I'll get used to it over time.
You do.
Part of it is, of course, my brain's still telling me that you're dead, but I'm
It
not.
takes time to get past that.
But, overall, I'm not dead. I'm dead, but I'm not dead, so...
You exist.
Yes. But he's in his office, of course, if you'd like me to.
Okay, let's go
Escort
on
you.
in.
And he takes you down to Raphael, or for Waylon's office. And when you open up the door to Waylon's office, it's he opens the door this time because it's not locked. And Waylon is leaned back in his chair. He's actually reading looks like a magazine, looks like a brochure of magic news and stuff like that. It's an odd thing to see, but he's closer to the Waylons you remember. When you walk in, he does a smile of sorts, not his normal charming thing. Good evening, Lily.
Good evening,
Welcome.
dear.
I suppose you've come for that
Yes.
thing again.
Yes. We do have to make sure it is thorough.
Still don't think it's going to work on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who do you have drink first?
I have Wayland first.
Rouse check.
Success.
Okay. Wayland drinks a rouse check's worth of blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's his second towards his blood bond.
Mm-hmm.
And now Raphael, I assume?
Mm-hmm. Success.
Man, you're getting lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get any hunger.
Uh-uh.
So you've allowed both of them to drink a second time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm just going to sit back and watch for a second.
Raphael smiles a little wilder when he looks at you.
Mm-hmm.
Wayland is slightly guarded. And then you see Raphael's grin kind of fade a little. Did I fool you?
No.
Still nothing.
And I just look, I said, okay then. I'm not going to waste my blood.
And then Wayland goes, nothing? And then he grins.
And I look at him and I say, you're full of shit.
You can't blame me for trying.
Don't worry, I won't ask you to do anything that you wouldn't normally want to do anyway.
That leaves a door open a lot wider than you probably think.
Oh, well, there may be some restrictions, darling. Because I do have to make sure that you will behave.
And Wayland's like, is this supposed to feel different? Or Raphael's like, is this supposed to make me feel different?
It's supposed to, but it obviously isn't. And so we are going to keep this completely silent.
I mean, okay.
Because, darling, you've been blessed.
Sure.
And we don't want anybody to know about it.
Mm.
So how this is going to go, when we are in public, you are generally going to act in a way that seems like it will please me. Agreed?
Sure.
Because that's the only way we're going to keep this secret. Until the time I release Waylon from his bond.
And Wayland goes, if he can be, if I can be bound.
We will test it soon.
If you say so.
Mm-hmm. And
So everything's smoothed over though, right?
Yep. I just leave it at that. I'm like, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
To go with our agreement, I wish to tell you. Blood hunts have been called, and tomorrow I'm supposed to go deliver to the Kindred of DC.
And who are we hunting?
Of course, Cassandra, as I'm pretty sure everyone expected. I've heard that rumor going around. Gino, which, no loss there.
Mm-mm.
Those are the only two he said so far.
Good.
But he's acting like he's got some other
Oh, I'm sure.
names in a hat.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
But that will be announced tomorrow. I will be doing the rounds, of course.
Okay.
I will stop into your club and
Perfect.
let you know.
Perfect.
But those are the big ones.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, darling.
Okay. No problem. I mean, that's the agreement we made. I'll honor my side of the bargain.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. And I excuse myself.
Okay, and then you head back to your club.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone else had anything else they wanted to do before the next day?
Locke will send out just a text to her, to Twitchy and Chuck.
Okay.
Just you alive?
Okay. You don't get a response this night.
It's like, you know,
Yeah.
this is just a before.
Given the situation, they're probably, if they are alive, they're working still because, well,
Blood bank would be in high demand.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So would the morgue.
Yeah.
Out of character. There was a text that you had asked me to send to Quartermain. The last sessions. Did that get to Quartermain?
Which text was it?
I'm blanking on what it was you asked me to send.
You should write notes.
I should.
I don't remember what it was either.
Oh, text Q, yes. Matter of fact, I do have a note. I did make a note.
Okay.
What were you supposed to text you?
Be on the lookout for him, and Rat Patrol.
For him.
For which him?
That is the extent of my note.
No, but you don't remember what he was supposed to be on the lookout for him what? I'm trying to remember which one it was. Drawing a blank as well, so let me see if I wrote a note here.
Oh, this is for the guy who ran from us. One of your guards.
Oh, yes, Sam.
Sam.
Or no,
yeah.
Stan.
Stan.
Got it right there. Stan.
Yep.
Yep.
Stan. He took off in the sewers just to see if by chance he saw somebody, or the Rat Patrol saw somebody running.
Yeah,
through the
one of
sewers.
Lily's guards disappeared.
One of my guards disappeared in the sewers.
On the morning of the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is Stan?
One of the human guards, at least I thought was human.
The newest
Mm-hmm.
one
The
she
newest
hired.
guard.
Like, I know any of them.
No, you don't.
No, but thank
You
God
might have
you had the
noticed.
picture sent to you by...
yeah, there was a picture sent
Yeah.
to you.
Because she pulled the picture out of his personnel record and sent it over. Because, yeah, he fucked with their cameras and
Mm-hmm.
bolted. So, yeah, they just wanted to see if you saw him down there, I think it was.
Or if perhaps
the
the
Rat
Rat
Patrol
Patrol
did.
saw him.
Well, then my immediate response to that text would have been, why?
No, what would you... There you go. What is your response to the why?
We found him tampering with the security system in the club, and when we went to go ask him about it, he had taken off.
My problem? Question mark.
Depends on what he captured on the security camera. Because Quartermain and Locke have been in that club multiple times.
Well, if it was on the 5th. and he
George might have-
I mean, and
George
this
might
wasn't
have
a
knowledge
ghoul,
of it.
right? It's not a ghoul, right? It's just a regular ass.
Regular
guard.
person.
That we know of, yeah.
Yeah, he was just fairly freshly hired.
But if you go into the fuller details, it was also they'd run cables down into the sewer,
Right.
an unused section of sewer there, so that they could basically
And
do a
he'd been
tap
in the
in loop.
club for about a month.
Yeah, they had a tap running on her security system.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. You can send out word. I'm assuming.
Yeah, George
has the
might
phone
know
now.
because
She Locke is texting. While Quartermain
Will-
goes off in the
will-
corner and dies.
We'll ask around.
yeah, I mean,
If he was working for someone, that someone probably scooped him up and but it'd be good to know who the person was and where that information went. Because if it's one of our own, expected. If it's not, if it's a certain kind organization
yeah,
that I don't like looking at us,
Mm-hmm.
then I would like to know that.
yeah, if they might be religiously oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
completely understandable. So, Lily gets back, and it's kind of getting close to morning at this point. I mean,
Has the
it's-
courier been by?
Yes,
Okay.
very nondescript woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just came by, said she was there to pick up a package. Was handed handed a letter,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in a scroll or tube. It was rolled up in it,
Sealed
like-
up in a tube.
Yep,
Mhm.
and she took it and left, as arranged.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. But yeah, she's sending letters to everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out. That one's one that's not that important yet.
No.
It's really not.
No.
Steve, you spent the time just staring and chilling, and
looking at it,
still get that same. I mean, when you really focus on it, you still get that same feeling. It's that cold that you wouldn't expect to feel anymore because you're dead. You know, that cold feeling of just death. But it only lasts briefly, and then it goes away again. leaving just a gold ring. So, dawn comes and everybody goes to sleep. Rouse check, please. What's everybody's hunger after this rouse check? I'm quite curious.
I am good.
Oops. Oh,
What?
made it.
You bounced it right into the dice tray cup. That's pretty good.
It's still 1.
You're still at hunger 1?
Lily is
am.
still at hunger 1, and this is like 3 days after the riots.
Mm-hmm.
She got shaken up by those riots, man. She is not getting
And it's
hungry.
hard for her to hunt anyway because her herd she can't get to because they're club goers.
Mm-hmm.
And her club isn't open. Her whole
And my-
hunting method is
My
is
blood
screwed.
doll is like MIA for real.
Yeah, she ain't seen her blood doll in a while. What's your hunger at, Quartermain?
1.
1? Man, nobody's getting hungry anymore.
Mm-mm.
We're going to have to fix it.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. It'll happen. It'll happen all at once.
So that
All
puts...
the fuckers will
Oh,
be
yeah,
hungry.
everybody will suddenly get all the way up to 4 in like half a session.
Mhm.
Steve will be trying to eat guards again.
Happens.
It does. So what's everybody's plans for this night? This would be the 7th.
I check my phone.
You
Any
got a
messages?
reply? Twitchy replies back, working. Need something?
No, man. Just making sure you're cool. And that's what she says.
And Chuck replies back, didn't get the party favors, but it's okay, didn't work out. We had to work.
Figured. Okay. So Twitchy, got a reply from Twitchy, Chuck. Okay. So my dudes are still dudes.
My dudes are still dudes.
My dudes.
That's the way to do it. So anyone got specific plans?
I call, what the hell was his name? And I don't have it written down. Hold on a second. Go on to someone else.
Okay. Lily, Steve, y'all got any plans? Or you haven't seen Locke or Quartermain since the 4th. And you did get a response with your text, though, so at least you know they're responding.
They're responding.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Lily's not reaching out right now.
I haven't heard from the Warlock about anything yet.
Not yet, because they haven't. I mean, got to find some thin bloods right now. And I think people have bigger fish to
Bigger
fry than
fish to
finding
fry.
thin blood at the moment. Though you
Locke
can bet he's
will-
looking.
Locke will text Lily.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't depend on art to keep shit chill.
And I respond, never did.
But like, really don't. And it's all in caps now.
I said, and I'll put all in caps, never did.
Lily never did really trust art.
I never trusted him.
Oh no, it's okay. Just he's super not gonna do.
Yeah,
shit
no, I
now.
figure I knew that
Okay.
something would go bad eventually. So I just like, I'm
Everyone
not gonna
goes
trust
bad
that.
eventually. This is a
Happened.
vampire.
It happens.
Yep.
Yeah, literally all caps, never did.
Okay.
What
So-
else is Locke got any
I'm gonna
other
call.
plans?
And I respond back, you guys okay?
We okay.
Cool.
So
What you got,
let's see.
Quartermain?
I'm gonna call Sergeant Jenkins,
Okay.
my cop resource.
Yep.
Is he on duty?
Grab my die and I'll check. Yeah, actually, he is on duty tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him for a drive-by and a check-in on former Detective Captain Sheridan.
I hear him typing on the keyboard. Yeah, I've got his address here. I mean, you want me to do it personally, or you just want me to send somebody to?
Just send a car over.
You want me to call you at the usual number?
Yes, please.
Will do.
If you don't get a response, just leave a text.
Okay, no problem, man. I mean, there's a lot of those going on right now. A lot of people wanting one of those health and welfare checks.
Thank you, brother.
Not a problem. And he hangs up. You know, it's funny because you didn't expect him to be in his office, but obviously he is. Things are starting to calm down a little after multiple nights of not anyone murdering and looting.
things are
coming
starting to
down
get
a
back
lot
to normal.
quicker. You know, you got to be criming to keep the crime wave going, right, Lock?
Yep. But
Is
that's
if I'm
okay.
not
'cause
mistaken,
then
this is a
things are
Saturday
calming.
night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always be criming.
That's right.
But you
Always
know
be
what?
criming.
That means if things are calming down, the normal criming is going to start back up, and then hunting will be fine again.
Yeah.
They
So,
just got to lay low until the curfew lifts, and then they can start going back to what they do.
Yep.
Because the city will resume. It always does.
Mhm.
So, are you staying in your haven tonight, Quartermain, or what is your plan?
I mean, I don't have any real plans at this point.
do we need to return a book? We need to return a book. We saw the people.
I didn't see anything.
Art did,
I
that's
didn't see
technically true.
I didn't see shit.
but
That reminds
But-
me.
we know now.
No, I don't know nothing.
Why are
Wits
you
all
like
specs,
this?
wits all specs. Steve and Lily, because actually, no, Steve, you don't have to roll. You see the ghosts.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
All around.
I got
they're
6.
not in the club, but they're all. You see them every time you go and look outside through a window. You can see them looking into windows in the club. You got 6.
Mhm.
You get a glimpse of them.
Mhm.
You don't catch them like all in ranks. You see one here, one there. Steve, you see them.
Mhm.
There's a ring around the building.
Wow.
Shoulder to shoulder. like
Shoulder
in-
to shoulder, all the way around the building. Perfectly clear to you.
Wow. Hey,
Yep.
Lily, you see that?
I've seen a couple.
There's a lot.
Oh, fantastic. Thank goodness we're not open.
A ring of ghosts around the building, and her response is, "Thank God we're not open."
They might want to come in and get free drinks.
Wow.
Ghosts are shitty tippers.
Exactly.
They, you know, you
It's-
got a point.
Not
It's
wrong.
BOGO night for ghosts.
Good night for ghosts.
Yeah, I can believe it. It just the big problem is, of course, they never adhere to the 2-drink minimums.
I am actually
Alright.
going to be composing an email.
Okay,
Mhm.
email.
I'm sending it to my attorney's office.
Okay,
Let them know I'm in the market for
cheap real estate
cheap real estate.
for something like a cafe that you were talking about. Okay,
Yeah, for possible business expansion.
okay. What's Locke doing still? Just
Locke's gonna text Tabitha.
okay.
Say, you up?
Of course.
Can we meet just us girls? ...
Tomorrow, he's
Tomorrow-
going to DA's house.
Who's DA?
Dorian.
Oh yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, fine. Slanty face. Eye roll emoji.
Hey, Quartermain,
Yeah.
you can swear you're hearing somebody tapping on your rather thick door to your haven.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You can swear you hear somebody tapping on the door to your haven. Like,
If I hear tapping, then they're banging really hard on the other side.
yeah,
There is somebody knocking on my haven door.
yeah.
How the hell is that even possible?
Locke immediately looks at the other door.
It's still
Zelio,
closed.
what the fuck is going on?
The other door is closed. Don't have to worry about that.
Do you
How
want?
is it? Okay, fine, fuck it. I go open the door.
Standing on the other side of the door is a man you've met before. Twice, I believe. He's wearing a very nice tuxedo. He's got a metal cane that he was in mid-rap when you opened the door that he was basically swinging and smacking your door with.
I look at the door. Did he dent my door?
He didn't dent it. There's a little bit of a scratch, but you're not sure if it's a scratch on the door or parts of his cane that was transferred to the door. When you open it, he looks up and is with his hollow eyes. Madame sent me to get her book. Well, to get you to bring her book, because you have to take yours to give one. She expects all of you to bring it. And then he turns and just walks off. Just literally doesn't wait, just turns around and walks.
All right, fine. We're going back to the club. I text the entire group. Incoming.
Incoming? Like it's a what? A nuke, a hand grenade?
Raid.
Yeah, you gotta watch incoming because somebody might think that it is a raid.
Don't worry, that's what I'm putting. So I go into the library. I grab the original.
And she just gives a quick holler to the guards.
Put it in my pocket.
Expect Locke and Quartermain to show up.
And as always, when you hold that original book, and even your copy now, it just doesn't feel right holding it. It's hard to describe. It's just an odd feeling, like it shouldn't be. Probably because, well, the original one, the skin just feels odd.
Oh, I've gotten so much more insight now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
This has been an experience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Locke, time to take the book. And we all have to go.
Yes. Damn it.
Cutting through the sewers.
Let's go meet our friends.
Cutting through the sewers. It's pretty uneventful. I mean, the sewers are never. It's not like it's a highway. It's never a busy place. Aside from the rats, George, or Bloodlicker, which you don't see any of them. When you get to the bottom of the door to the club, of course, you know how to get into it. Mm-hmm. When you come in, you do see something new.
Daddy's home.
Yeah, when you come in, you see one thing new that you didn't see before. Steve's now got a camera pointing at the sewer entrance.
I flip it off.
Daddy? Yeah,
what's up?
He's here flipping cameras off. He's down. They're in the basement, ma'am.
Flip the cameras back on.
No, he means flip it off.
He flipped it off? Yeah, whatever.
The way to flip those cameras off the way you thought is for him to knock them off the wall.
Right.
And Locke puts her earbud in. I'm here.
Okay.
And
I'm just wrapping up something.
Up.
And I send off my email.
I didn't forget to put anything in your bag, did I, Miss Locke?
What?
Ian asked if he forgot to put something in your bag. Because remember, he was the one who grabbed your bag and shit that night that you fled.
No, it was fine. Everything was there. I mean, it shouldn't have been opened.
Lily, Steve.
He didn't know if he was supposed to grab anything.
Okay.
Where are we going, Q?
We're going to go visit the madam.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Scott, get the car ready.
So that explains what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing the club. But they're not there now. The message was apparently delivered and they left.
Okay. Scott's in the garage, getting the car warmed up. Let's go.
Okay. Got a ride over there. Y'all got things to discuss? Any events? Anything y'all want to talk in the car ride? Wits awareness, though, from everybody because you're in a car. And this is a car you can see.
Wits. Awareness.
I got 3.
3.
Wow, 3 through 3. If you had twice that, you'd have the beast. Quartermain is a true Nos. He's living in a cloak of shadows.
And trying to see his dice in a cloak.
I got 4.
You got 4?
Yeah.
You don't have anybody following you that you seem to have noticed. Though, with the streets still as empty as they are, it'd be pretty hard to be followed. Let's see, you got 4, Quartermain? You did catch at one point, as you were coming out of the garage to the club, you did briefly catch sight of a rather large owl, but it flew away before you got any clear view on it, but you're pretty sure it was now.
Yay.
Maybe across the street from the club as you're coming out of the driveway.
Oh,
Fucking
Malik's
bastard.
on the loose again. I
Do
see.
you say that out loud?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
So, we're pretty sure Melissa's dead. And we're in the car and on our way.
That's a great way to drop it.
Pretty sure she got by Vicky.
Is Tabitha aware?
I'm trying to make a bitch aware of it, but she put me off until tomorrow because she's not going to go anywhere without her man, and I'm not telling them both together.
Smart idea. And just be careful, because she may lose it.
Yes, I am going to be very careful.
Because she seemed awful attached.
If she wasn't as worried about Art at the time, she probably would have caught on based on what was said in front of her. But she's lacking the one piece of information that Quartermain has not shared with her, which is that laugh Stanford gave when the subject came up.
Yeah, which I won't be sharing. I'll be very. It's like I have a plan.
Good.
I have a plan.
Good.
But so just so you know, that's a thing.
Okay.
Art is acting weirder than usual and not fun weird. So just be aware of that when you interact with him.
Oh,
His conditioning is breaking down because of what happened during the riot.
Lily
Now-
don't know what happened.
Am I aware of the conditioning?
Yeah, you well, no,
I know
wait a
about.
minute. Did they tell? Because that meeting was with Locke, Quartermain, Tabitha, and Art.
I'll fill her, and I said.
Yeah, because I look at my conditioning.
He went to Dorian for help to forget some things.
That's
Oh.
why he acts like a hippie.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense now.
He is very much his brother's brother.
Oh, fuck.
So
And he wanted to forget that part of his life.
Oh, and you're saying that's failing now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
the hippie stuff is sticking around, but I would not trust it. I would not trust it.
Y'all be careful. Y'all interact with him a whole lot more than I do.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
great.
shit.
But since he is the keeper, and you're gonna have to interact with him, 'cause
He's
it's horse
old
shit.
he's older than dirt.
He's off to visit Dorian tonight. Maybe he'll get it redone. I don't know.
Oh, we can hope. Oh my god. It was a good thing he was a pacifist. Holy shit, if he's not now?
Yeah, he apparently tore up 12 kind with no problem.
Oh my god.
They were trying to jump Tabitha, so.
Which doesn't even make sense, because like
He
I'm
lost
pretty
his
sure
shit.
Tabitha could like get out of that situation without a problem. But
Yeah,
Tabitha's
and she
his
probably
weakness.
could have got out of it with just hurting them instead of
And
ripping them to shreds.
Tabitha's his weakness, though. Y'all know this.
oh yeah,
Tabitha, you've never seen fight. You get close. You saw her very close. You saw the fire spark briefly.
yeah, at me.
Yeah, but then
Whoops.
she damped it down again. You know there's a spine in there
Rebellious
somewhere.
children.
Yeah.
Well, you know there's a spine, but
Does everybody in this frickin' city have PTSD?
I'm sure they do. The Sabbat were brutal.
I'm fine. I left. That's why I'm fine.
yeah.
So,
Any other things y'all got to share?
I
know Locke suspected at the time with the Whalen thing, because you'd mentioned it, that he had embraced Raphael. Because Locke was with you during that text exchange. So
Yeah, but she wasn't aware of it.
she was aware that there was a possibility, because that was...
No, Lily did not mention the text to Locke.
I swear you did.
No, I didn't.
No? Okay.
No, that was just Katie.
No, I thought it was.
Katie said it, not Locke.
Okay, I thought it was. But okay.
Katie definitely figured it
So
out.
that's-
Log
That's about all the filling in? It's not...
tradition and purgatory. I'm getting ready to open up purgatory.
Oh,
fantastic! I gotta figure out if I'm gonna keep the name. I kind of like the name. I feel weird about it though.
That's
Something
that's
else-
ultimately your decision. You have to do what makes you comfortable. It's your business. But when you are, if you decide to do any redecoration or rehab to the place, get the bills sent to Sophia, my manager, and she'll make sure that that'll get paid.
Amazingly, having 12 kind killed on the premises made it really clean because after that was done.
Oh, well, at least Art is, considerate.
That's
He
not
is.
it in and of itself. Art cleaned up the mess.
Yeah, at least he was considerate and cleaned up his mess.
Well,
I mean,
that's very Justicar
it is.
power of him.
Yeah.
But that's more Justicari than he's lip serviced it a whole lot in front of you guys.
Yeah, so at least that was considerate of him. That's a little bit noble there. So, hey, at least it's clean, right?
You mentioned that the new kindred in town.
Oh yeah, we met a new kindred,
Oh.
Gangrel. I don't know how long she's going to be in town, but her name is Sabrina.
Oh, okay.
She
She's
also
a teenage
knew...
witch.
No, she's
I don't think
not.
Lily would get that joke.
No, probably not.
No, she's a Gangrel.
Okay.
Way better than a teenage witch. Thank you very much. She
Any pets?
She had a fox.
What?
I didn't know a fox was an option.
Oh my god, she has been fangirling since last night.
I didn't know it was an
And
option.
now
Have you
Locke is
seen?
convinced to buy animalism.
Yeah.
Have you seen foxes on trampolines? You need to Google it.
Okay, I will Google that as soon as I get some downtime. I've been a little busy lately.
Amazing. So, but yeah, so foxes. She had a fox. She seemed really smart. She was apparently in DC like 40 years ago. And was coming back to town at a real unfortunate time.
Yeah.
But
She
she
was
already got in
Friend
to
of Rachel's.
Stanford.
No, Melissa's.
Melissa.
Or Melissa's. Friend of
And
Melissa's.
Art.
Friend of Melissa's.
And Art.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was interesting though.
Okay.
She was very useful.
Well,
She
maybe
knew
I'll get a
animal
chance to
stuff.
meet her sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got
Interesting.
busy because
Yeah, no. Y'all are busy. We've been busy. I mean, we've been busy.
Everything's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy right now.
Especially after the riots. That got a little rough. Here's a
Yeah.
question for Locke and Quartermain. Do you tell Lily and Steve that Glenn is back?
Oh, we probably should because they're going to run into him anyway.
I'm not going to mention it.
Because that's
I
something
don't
that
see any.
technically the
I don't
Wayland
see
was
any
gonna
need to
announce.
mention it.
Huh?
Wayland's supposed to be told to go and announce that anyway, but because you were told, the Prince did say that he's going to send his herald to announce it. So yeah, Quartermain don't have to because he knows it's getting announced anyway. So
It's not my job.
yeah, it is. You're right.
You're
not
right.
the
It's
herald.
not your job.
You're not the herald. Got one of those.
That's fine. Y'all
I
don't have to tell me
got
everything.
plenty on my plate at this point. I don't need any extra shit.
Wits awareness from Locke and Quartermain.
Okay.
Just those two.
Lily wants to pop Sensi Unseen.
Okay. You can do Red Allspice.
There's 2 NOS and 10 ghosts in the car.
I'm more worried
And a
about a
Lasamba.
freaking scourge.
5 with a critical.
4 regular.
Both of you noticed something that you haven't seen before. Is Steve is wearing a gold ring on his pinky. He's got a golden pinky ring on. Looks from what you caught glimpses of it, a signet ring. But you can't in the car tell exactly what symbol's on it. But he appears to suddenly it's different for Steve. You wouldn't have noticed it except it's gold and it blings when the light hits it, and it's a ring.
I got
For a
5.
regular ghost, you don't really see many at all. The ghosts have gotten very quiet.
I'm looking in the car.
Oh no, the car does not have any ghosts.
Well, not just ghosts.
Yeah, there's no NOS in the car.
There's no Vicky in the car.
Since the Unseen would have trouble picking up.
I could pick up a shadow. I've picked up shadows before.
Yeah, but only depending on the angles of it. No, but it's hard to hide somebody in the car anyway.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Nope.
Okay, I'm just double checking. And generally low count of ghosts outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like that first night after the riots where you saw there were a bunch
Ghosts
of sad
everywhere.
ghosts.
Yeah.
But they all looked like heartbroken, sad, devastated because probably all the death.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to double check because Lily's
I don't blame you.
Lily's low key paranoid right now.
Don't you gonna ask about the ring? I just don't care.
Uh,
I don't know how Locke or Quartermain would feel about it. You know?
Well, here's the thing. Locke had a piece of jewelry that disappeared.
Yep.
And now a piece of jewelry has appeared
Yep.
on him.
Does
Yep.
she put the two and two together?
And she's...
If you want to roll to see if you put the two to two together, you can go wits and trying to think. I mean, streetwise in some ways,
Occult?
it's a survivor. Occult, but you don't have any occult. But that wouldn't be really putting it together anyway. Streetwise or occult really wouldn't do it. It's kind of like a leap of, for her, it's an intelligence and
Insight?
insight maybe.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have insight, but I'll just roll straight wits. It's fine.
Is there any symbol on it?
Yeah, it's got something on it. You can tell there's something more. It's a signet ring, so it has something that looks like it might be used to mark wax.
I got 2 successes.
You know what? I'll let you. You can make that leap. That's
And
like all
Locke-
that's like most of what your successes you get
Yeah.
with a one pool.
Yeah. Locke leans in, and she's like, that's new. And
Yeah,
she points
yeah,
at the ring.
Yeah, I since Lily got me new suits, I thought I'd like upscale my attire a little.
And when he lifts it up a little, you can see it in the light. It's got a stylized S. It's a very old-fashioned S. You think maybe it could have been Old English, kind of a block calligraphy, but it's a very stylized S, and it's deep enough that it could be used to imprint a wax seal.
Yeah, Locke reaches out, and she takes his hand
Okay.
and makes sure to touch the ring.
Oh,
Interesting.
shit.
Interesting.
Because Lily did not do that.
Because the fucker is lying to her.
You get a slight tingle in your fingers when you touch it, but no pain.
You did not go shopping for this fucking ring.
And Lily
Did
looks
you?
over. Doesn't say anything, just looks over.
I feel it.
It was on my bedstand when I woke up. I thought maybe it was a gift from Lily to go with the other thing.
No, it didn't come from me.
It's a lovely
Holy
story
Christ,
change.
on a crutch.
I think we know where my
What
necklace
the
went.
hell is wrong with all of you people?
I didn't put on the necklace. I want credit.
Like this. God. Oh my fucking God.
What is she saying
Locke.
to you? What?
Locke, take your shirt
Yeah.
off.
And yeah, Locke, fine, fuck it, and she takes off her
No mark.
flannel. Nope.
No mark.
God
Steve,
damn it, Steve.
are you going to do the same?
Steve, you take all your shit off. You just keep going until we know there's not a mark on you somewhere.
It's
And
on-
Lily
it's
legit
tape.
hides her eyes. She's like, oh my God.
I will not do that in front of Quartermain.
Quartermain's no blushing virgin.
Could have fooled me.
Oh God.
Nosferatu blushing, that would be amazing.
Question is, how can you tell?
That's the
That is
amazing
good.
part.
That is good.
So, I mean, are you going to at least take your shirt off? and
Yeah,
everything?
I'll do that.
Come on.
No marks on, no tattoo on him. No mark, no symbol.
Well, he hasn't thrown a necklace into the river yet.
She got the
You
mark
know
before
what?
then. The mark went away when she threw the necklace in the river.
Yeah. I don't know
No,
what the necklace
that's
is.
not how that worked.
Her mark
Actually,
was on her from the very first dream she had. She woke up
Mhm.
with the mark.
It went
Yeah.
it went away when she threw the necklace in the river.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
the locket appeared
Mhm.
or was brought.
Okay.
Now,
I couldn't-
did you say you found it on your nightstand? Do you tell him also what happened that same night? That links back to the guy you were asking about?
I don't recall.
The guy.
Katie, is
that-
your head gonna fall off?
the guard who left the building. Stan.
And he had blocked out a 10-minute section at a time.
And then you had a ring waiting
Yeah.
for
And then
you
you
when
had
you
a
woke
ring.
up. Do you tell him that part?
Yes, because we'd already talked about the tampering of
The cameras, yeah. So you're gonna have to explain that one
And
to him.
literally, Lily just holds her head and is like, fuck.
I want to hear Steve explain that one to Locke and Quartermain because that's a big thing about that block of time.
Yeah, there was a block of time, about 10 minutes or so. Was it 9 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3
3
o'clock
p.m.
3
in
o'clock.
the afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. In the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, I was reviewing the security tapes, and the basement and first floor just seemed to stop moving. You know, normally you'd see things, but the clock stopped right at 3 o'clock, and then at some point, 10 minutes later, it just jumped forward to 10 after 3. Now, we were all asleep at the time.
What day was this?
The 5th.
The 5th.
Yeah, morning of the 5th. And then you tracked it down, too. You found the cutout. There was a cutout on on the video feeds for that floor that
Right.
led into the sewers.
Right, and when we went to investigate it, whatever was on the other end of that tap had been ripped out and taken away, but you're not exactly sure how long it had been in place either.
Is she telling you to do stuff?
Not yet.
What is she promising you?
She hasn't made any promises. Although, and I just like, you know, she did kind of intimate that she might help a little bit with my own personal problem, my sire.
That's what she does. It's never overt. Okay. Well,
Do
that
you
wasn't.
bring up the other odd? No, probably you wouldn't, would you?
No.
Not yet, because you don't realize it fully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it, Steve.
It's a ring, man. It's just a ring.
It's just a ring.
Even Lily's sitting there like, because Lily didn't know either.
Yeah, see, the problem is you haven't seen her.
No.
Oh.
You should take him to see her.
Yeah, why not?
You know what? That is the last thing I am going to do.
I mean,
You know what? You know what? For a
He's
second,
going
I
to
thought
hell in a
Quartermain-
handbasket. Take him right
You
to
thought
it.
Quartermain was going to say yes?
I thought Quartermain was going to be like, "Yes, I will shove your ass in the labyrinth and lock the door." Like that was what I was expecting.
Okay, to be honest, I might do that. That would be a completely different story.
And hope whatever comes out, Steve still.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, take him to see her? No. No.
Lily just turns her head towards the window.
We gotta get our shit sorted out, people.
And then the quest for power. You know what they say, the road to hell.
Good intentions.
There's no good intentions here. There's none. Okay, this
Okay, I
is
can't
time
see
we
one
do-
from I can't find
Well,
a good intention from Steve.
Hopefully, well, you know, silver lining, maybe she's out of your head now.
That would be a plus.
I'm not counting on it, but
Yeah. I mean,
now she's got two of you.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Lily
I
had
may
any
just send you
strange-
both over to Chaz's house.
I say, has Lily's had any strange pulls from?
No.
No pulls on, no even curiosity at the gifts or anything.
Nope.
Interesting. But the other two spend so
I'm You're not asking
Lily
me.
has no
Uh,
interest
you
whatsoever in
have
being
a ring.
controlled. You do.
You're already
Yeah, I do
marked.
have a ring. I do have a ring.
Lily doesn't accept gifts of jewelry.
The two
I didn't
others who
accept this
spent-
one.
But the two others who spent a lot of time at the club.
Have had things happen,
Hmm.
but Lily has not.
I woke up with this one on.
Yeah, you did.
Hmm. No, you didn't.
I
It was,
didn't
on, it was
accept it.
beside you, and you put it,
was-
on and couldn't take it off.
Yeah, you put it on and couldn't take it off.
I did?
Uh-huh.
If you like
Uh.
it, then you could put a ring on it.
Yep.
Zelius just popped in.
But at no
Saying it.
point has Elios talked to you through your head.
Nope.
At no point
Nope.
has he
You're just the
influenced you at
caretaker.
all. You're the
Nope.
caretaker.
That's right.
You're the caretaker.
I'm doing what he wants me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if I displease him, things may change.
You mean if you start running tours through the labyrinth and put those labyrinths of the rich and
Probably
famous?
like, you gotta get that gangrel off your couch. Jesus.
I don't even think Zelios Locke wouldn't even register to him most of the time because, I mean, I'm not even sure Quartermain registers to him most of the time because, well,
He's so absorbed.
yeah, he's so absorbed in his labyrinth, his building.
We're beneath his notice.
Yeah, but somebody's got to watch over the door.
Yep.
So, as you approach and get close to the tower, again, it's a hotel right next to the Capital One Tower. It's almost an identical version right next to each other. And as you pull up, it looks like what you'd expect from the hotel. There's the doorman, and you can see beyond the lobby, and there's people working there. Not many guests in the lobby, of course, but then again, with the events in DC, I have a feeling you're not going to find many guests anywhere. Anyone who is in town for the holidays has vamoosed as quickly as possible after what went down. A lot of vacations were ruined, people. A lot of people wasted all their vacation time for slaughter.
Fucking tourists, they deserve it.
Wow. So,
All right.
when the driver pulls up,
I get out of the car.
you're gonna
I know the
instructing him to
deal.
do?
It's up to her.
I don't know what she wants to do with the driver, whether he's to wait or to just drive the block.
Drive the block.
Yes, ma'am. Like last time, I'll just loop around.
Yep. Don't stop for anything.
I just walk towards the elevator.
Okay, you go through the door, as everybody following, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the doorman doesn't even look at you, like you're not even there.
I don't even care.
I know you hate this place too with a passion.
Just want to get this over with.
Yeah. The doorman doesn't look. The people at the desk don't look. When you get close to the elevator, of course, it opens up immediately, and you get in, and Muzak is playing in it. Kenny G, maybe?
I whistle along with it.
God damn it! No, stop it.
Yes, I whistle along with it.
No.
Could you not?
You're going to get buzzed. Yeah.
Takes a few minutes to rise to the top. I mean, you know you're going up. And when the door opens, you come off in a same as before. It's like a suite style setup where you step out of the doors and ahead of you is just another door. Closed.
Walk to
of
the door.
course. Okay? It's still closed. You knock or just wait?
Before he was standing right there, but I'll go ahead and knock.
Okay. You knock on the door. It takes about a minute before you hear the door open. And in front of you is the butler. You have come, as she asked. Do you have her book?
Yep.
Come. She will see you. And as always, his movements are not wooden, but they're concise without an extra anything to waste of energy other than walk straight in. And the room is not the same as you saw it before. There's some new items. Some stuff has been shifted around.
I want to make note of anything I see in here.
Okay. I need an intelligence awareness from only Quartermain and Locke.
Oh no.
Huh. 5 with a critical.
How
I
about you,
got
Locke?
1.
Okay, Locke
got
doesn't see anything.
1.
Hey, Quartermain.
Actually,
Yeah.
quick question.
What?
Is this a roll I can bestial fail?
No, not this one.
Okay.
Uh,
Good.
as you're walking through, something catches your eye. It is a very large diamond.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Setting on
Does
top of a
Lily
shelf.
make note of that? Because sure eyes are attracted to bling.
You
You didn't have me roll.
No, because you didn't know it was missing.
No.
They were
Oh,
told
that's right.
specifically to look
That's
for
right.
it.
That's
And
right.
it's a very large diamond.
Interesting.
And there's half
I
a
actually,
quarter
I nudge Locke, and I pointed out to her.
You catch to see the nudging, but you see he's pointing at what looks like a gem of some kind. But
Oh, I would recognize the Hope Diamond.
And
oh, well then
Locke
yes,
looks
you see the Hope
annoyed.
Diamond.
Oh,
Steve,
shit!
you probably wouldn't.
No.
Steve's like, oh, whatever. It's just, you know.
And Lily literally chuckles under her breath. This son of a bitch got it.
Locke looks annoyed.
There's like half a quartermain on the screen now. It's awesome.
Yes, move over some Quartermain.
Just to your
Why?
right, left. Well, there's only half. He's obfuscating, hiding in her place.
Other way.
Oh, now he's completely gone. He's hidden. There is no,
Yeah.
no quartermain. I love it, actually.
Stop it.
Don't obfuscate in her house. I would not advise it.
That's more center.
But yes,
There we go.
the Hope Diamond is there. Why it's there is a different question.
Oh, I have a thought or two. I have a thought or two.
Otherwise, I mean, there's numerous works of art you recognize. A lot of them supposedly missing. Ones that have been noted as the Nazis
Lost.
had taken them.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But anything other than that diamond that you caught them pointing towards, nothing that stands. There's new stuff, but you couldn't really put your finger on exactly what's changed because it doesn't. It's not like the room is different. It's
Right. It's just
just
more
stuff has been added.
Yeah.
And
At this point, it's borderline clutter. Yeah.
there's an organization to it, but it's not one that your mind can
Can
really
fathom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you get into the room, it's the library again. You're brought to the library. And the butler just, wait here. I will get the madam. And he turns and he walks out the far door. Takes about a minute before you see him pushing the wheelchair. With an old woman sitting on it. Not old, but you can tell she's got that age look kindred get. That though they're immortal, their skin gets a pallor to it from age. You can tell some of the older ones, some at least. She's made no attempt to be anything other than what she is. When she comes in, her head is down. Have you brought my book?
I have.
And the butler. Fourth shelf, 3 spots over. Replace her book with yours. And where she
Okay.
pointed, you can see the journal that you had written her.
All right. I go grab my journal, put her book back.
Things have changed since you were last here.
Quite a bit.
Much has shifted. Paths opened. There are others behind your eyes. She looks up at Locke. The Dark Mother sees as she's looking at Steve. And another. Not behind her eyes. I feel the touch of an elder. Why? And she's looking at Lily.
We all descend from somewhere.
I feel the sadness. And the butler, his head comes up as her head just kind of sags again. He looks at Quartermain. Dark business follows you.
Yeah, as it does.
There's darkness ahead of you, too.
I have no doubt.
You walk a dangerous path. Are you strong enough to walk it?
Probably not. But we'll see.
Our bargain, and then his head just kind of sags again and hers lifts up, has been fulfilled. But the maze maker is here. He pushes against my domain. Have you met him? And she looks at Quartermain again.
I have.
Tell him when you see him. Do not push against what is mine.
I'll tell him.
Beware. The old one. He is waking.
Who's she looking at when she says that?
She looks at you at first and then kind of her eyes gaze around to everybody. He is becoming who he's meant to be.
And I look at her, I said,
Art?
does he look through golden eyes?
No. When you said Art, her eyes just twitched a little.
Sorry.
You seek the one with golden eyes.
I believe he looks through another's eyes.
And the butler's head comes up. He does. There are 3 here warring. So long.
3.
So long. But neither seem to win. So we endure. The one of gold. He cannot remember. He doesn't know who he fights. Only he must.
Does he have a name?
None that I will speak.
Understood.
His dreams touch us all.
And Lily just nods.
Of the 3, the Dark Mother was the strongest. But her pride has never let her beat us. And down the head goes and the other one switches again. Be wary. The old war is starting again.
What of the 3rd?
They haven't bested us yet. And then both of them start talking. And they won't. We sit here. Tell the maze maker, do not come.
Like I said, I'll tell him.
And then both heads drop and the butler's lifts. The madam is tired. She must sleep.
Rest well.
Have a good evening.
And he pulls her out of the room. And within a minute, he comes back and escorts you to the door. He doesn't say another word.
Mm-mm.
He just moves with those economical, sparse movements he does. As he opens the door and points towards the elevator. She will call again. I do not know when. And she looks at, or he looks at Quartermain. Use what you have copied. You may need it. And then the elevator door opens and he closes her door. And this is where we're going to take a break, because that's a revelation for a lot of people in this room. I know for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think there were suspicions, but
Mm.
yeah. So we will be back after a break.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story? From the lips of Bathory, they call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is she blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me. For my property, they put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or Do you feel alive?
And welcome back to McStabber Studios. Before the break, we had a pretty interesting revelation for the coterie. And as they're leaving the building, of course, as always, they ride the elevator. No music this time. Almost like you've been thoroughly dismissed.
I still whistle.
Man, you're brave. When you step into the lobby, it's empty again.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's in it.
She's sleeping.
And you go through the door, and of course you texted. I sure you texted during the
did.
elevator ride
I
because you
did.
don't want to spend any more time than necessary. And as you're coming out of the building, Scott pulls up.
Okay, get in the car.
You load up and start driving back, I assume, to the club?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I am expecting a visitor tonight.
Which
Not
one?
Malik, right?
Wayland.
Oh, yes.
He has to make his rounds.
Yes, he does.
Not Malik, right?
No, not Malik. And thank you so much for letting me know he's been perching outside my club.
Mm-hmm.
What
You
an
might want to
ass.
get that on and have a camera watching for that. Just putting it out, Steve.
What an ass.
So now y'all can have
Can't
that
wait till I can
conversation
kill that motherfucker.
about what
So,
this woman
how did the
revealed.
council meeting go last night?
Oh, tonight? No, last
Last
night.
night.
Last night. Oh, about how you'd expect. Dick waving.
Let's see. Idiot threatens Steve. Steve says, "Anytime you feel lucky, punk."
That sums it up pretty nicely.
They're slapping their junk on the
Felix
table.
was like, okay, well, if nothing's going to get done, I'm going to leave. And, so basically nothing got accomplished.
Cone was being a prissy priss like he always
No,
is.
actually, shockingly, he wasn't. He was a consummate professional.
I wonder if Lily's going to admit to or tell Quartermain and Locke about the phone call you had with, or the brief phone call outside the conservatory you had with Chaz. That little personal victory Lily had. You remember that one?
Oh, I remember it.
It's personal
No.
victory. You wouldn't gloat.
No.
Oh my God.
I won't.
She got him to apologize.
I won't. Thank you, storyteller. Shut your mouth.
Well, no, anyone who saw the episode saw it, but no, you're not going to gloat to him.
Mm-mm.
No.
No,
y'all,
that's tucked away in her pocket right now.
y'all get to have that discussion about what you just had revealed.
Okay, so the least important thing, the fuck did he trade for the Hope Diamond?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I'd be fascinated to know.
Well, he lost Melissa by
I
going in
wonder
and
if
stealing that.
I wonder if he traded. No, he wouldn't trade it to try to find Melissa.
No.
No.
Maybe he was tasked to steal it for her because he was.
Well,
like,
that would be what I
obsessed
was
with
thinking. If she really wanted it,
it. He was
and
tasked to do it.
she figured he could get it. She manipulated him.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm still not convinced that he didn't just trade it to keep it safe for something else that he wanted.
Oh, it's highly possible he wanted something and she basically compelled him to go get the Hope Diamond for it.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
But either way, it's
That
neither
is the
here nor
least
there. We
important.
at least know where it is and it's never going to be found.
Now, Stanford can go talk to her about it.
Hey, Stanford won't talk to her, but that's a good idea.
But Stanford's objection was really he didn't want it found because that would too many questions.
Yeah, because I'll even comment that a lot of the art that's in there has been missing, like, from the Nazis and all that kind of stuff. It's stuff that just disappeared. So it's never going to be found.
Yeah, Stanford specifically said he didn't want it showing up in a pawn shop somewhere.
It's never going to be found.
That would just be humorous as hell.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hope
it just
Diamond in a
raises
pawn
questions.
shop.
What did you? Hey, Norton, what did you get for that?
Yeah,
I got
what'd
a
you
50.
give for that? $20? Yeah.
I got a 50.
No, I got this Rolex with 2 L's and 2 X's. Rolex X. It's extra X.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could-
No, Norton would know that was a knockoff.
Yeah, but
He has an eye for things.
yeah, that
but,
would be the point.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
He would think it's too cool.
yeah.
Okay, so the other stuff that is more awkward.
Yeah.
She's a Methuselah.
She's a Methuselah, and she looks at Quartermain. I'm apparently not free of the influence, so that's at least good to know. confirmed, and she points at Steve.
Yeah, she snitched you out, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve snitched himself out. So
Apparently, I'm on a dark, spooky path. Ooh. As
Well-
if being a vampire isn't enough.
Dark business follows you. Dark business follows you.
And he's on a
That's
dark
weird-
path.
And he's on a dark path. You know, it's always the phrasing that gets me with these fuckers. It's never the other stuff. It's how they phrase things that bugs me, because it's so specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like their verb usage disturbs me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm somebody who didn't give a fuck about grammar. So I didn't
My
care about-
My grammar died in the fire.
Well, mine didn't, and you're absolutely right, Locke. The words they choose are very purposeful.
I am curious. The old one waking, she like twitched when I said art, so I don't know if it's actually something that's on her wavelength, like she even cares about. So I don't know. I think mostly it's the
The old
Art?
one,
Is
the
it-
old one waking. Yeah, I don't know if she intended Art or the one that's fucking with Chaz.
her
Yeah.
statement was the old one is waking, and he's going to become what he was.
What he
meant
was.
To, or, no, what he
What
was
it was
meant to be.
Yeah.
So
and
I
that's
think it's going
why
to be Art.
I said
And
art.
he was
and she
meant.
twitched.
He was meant to be a Justicar.
Or like his brother.
Or like his brother, who was the Justicar, basically that type of power and personality.
And one
Let's
question:
see.
if art becomes
Would Locke? I'm trying to think if anyone here would know everything that Xavier, his brother, had done. I know Steve wouldn't.
I might.
Locke, I don't. Locke might have. Rudy would have probably told you
yeah,
about Xavier.
Rudy probably tried his darndest to teach this girl something.
Because
I mean, and Lily was in the
well, it's
The
not
Tower of
spoken.
Thorns
They don't
over in San
They don't speak
Francisco.
much. The tower doesn't like to speak much of what
no,
Xavier
but gossip
did because
still gets around.
Xavier killed Karsh, the warlord,
Mm-hmm.
the Camarilla warlord himself, and threw his ass in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That was Xavier who did that. The younger brother of Art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Karsh had been around since a long time.
Long fucking.
He was a Moor.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. That's an interesting part of that.
Yeah. And if he becomes a Justicar,
Or
what's he
like
gonna
one.
do? Or like one, what's the first thing he's gonna do as a Justicar? Why were we so scared to have a Justicar in town too much while shit was going down?
Investigate?
Mm-hmm.
There's an investigation already started.
It's already started, and
Yeah.
I say that.
Yeah.
About the riots?
Mm-hmm. The Pontifex was not involved, and so he is very concerned because of the opportune raid on his haven and the chantry during the riots that were unnatural, per his quote.
Wait a minute. Stanford didn't clue him in?
Nope.
He was never in any of your meetings.
Nope.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's why the council was called together. Because the Pontifex wanted it.
Well,
A little too late. For the
how are you going to
now.
handle that game, Lily?
Oh, I'll handle it. I will handle it. I always do.
Hmm.
Okay.
That sums it up very well, Locke. I like that summary.
That,
No. Fuck.
yeah, fuck. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I basically said that as soon as the Pontifex left after asking me if I could host the council in my club. I'm like, fuck. But yes, I will do what I do best and use my words
Did
as
you check-
weapons to redirect.
Did you check the club over after they all left? To make sure nobody left any presents?
Not after,
No.
no.
Not after yet, but nothing's been said regarding, so it's
They
fine.
want to do that anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
will.
Cone has a has a particular penchant.
You and Steve did talk after Cone had left in your conference room without checking. You do remember that.
I do. Fuck. But he wouldn't have had time to listen to it while we talked.
Correct.
Yep.
On fast forward, it was like chipmunk speed.
Unless he got right in his car and immediately started listening. But
Even then, he wouldn't have heard it. It was too soon. So that wouldn't have worked. Because we had already vacated the room by the time he would have had a chance.
But you don't know how that works, whether it's a recording or a not. But you don't know if he left anything either.
It was actually told to us that the way he uses it is he has to actively listen.
And told you by? Do you remember who told you that?
Pontifex. Or Nathan.
Is it Helma?
No. Pontifex told you.
Yeah, Pontifex, yeah.
Do you trust him to tell you the capabilities?
No, but still.
But you'd have to check first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I was watching him, so I don't believe he left anything.
He's not Wayland. He's not the
He's
the
not
magician.
that dexterous. Because he usually left them when people weren't paying attention to him. But Lily was all eyes on Cone for the most part.
Okay.
Tangled web.
Okay. So tomorrow I've got a meeting with Tabitha.
Uh-huh.
Probably gonna do that at Purgatory.
It's a good place.
All right.
Hopefully it just doesn't frenzy. I will send a text before, and I will GTFO if she freaks out.
Okay, so we're back at the club?
Yep. You're back
Okay,
at the
I'm
club.
going to investigate that room. You going to join me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else helping her investigate? 'Cause
No.
I want to go patrol. I want to go look around the street, see how it's doing. I want to go look outside.
She can do that. She's only one person.
She can, but remember they want you going to and from. But Locke, you can roll for your thing. Let's go wit streetwise. I mean, you're not stupid. You know how to dodge cops.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Cops since I was 13.
That's
I'm
right.
fine.
Go ahead and roll yours. You get one bonus die from Steve helping. Or you can let Steve roll and you get a bonus
It's
die.
wits and awareness or wits and occult?
Wits and awareness. The occult don't help you if you're just looking for a thing. I mean, you're looking for a stone.
And I also want to look
I have
at.
7.
Okay, and you're looking for
I just want to look at the security footage during the time, like see if anyone came in,
between.
like after the conference, to see if anyone else has been in the room.
Okay, because you don't have any in the room, but you're talking watching the door to it. What are you doing, Quartermain?
Coughing.
Well, I know that coughing. What's Quartermain doing?
You want to help me?
Patrol.
Yeah, want to help me just see how the streets are doing?
You know what? I'll do what I used to do. I'll gargoyle on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can throw an extra die into your pool, Locke.
Okay.
Okay. You search the room
I got
looking.
7.
You search the room looking for a stone. You don't find a stone.
What do I find?
You do find a piece of plate glass stuck into one of the cushions.
Of course. Fucking bastard. I'm going to send him a bill for the fucking cushion.
It would have been like.
You don't know if it was meant to be found or whether it was just left there
For next time?
for later use. But it's definitely a piece of plate glass with some tape on it to keep it from.
I collect it and I destroy it.
It's a shiv.
It's a shiv. Cute. And of course it's in Granger's seed.
Well, of course it is.
Okay, so no stone.
No stone, no.
Good, because I kept an eye on him.
Okay. And your footage watching, nobody goes to from the door. And the camera time looks correct because now you're really watching the time.
Yeah.
Because that's been a problem.
Thank God.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I got
5?
5 successes.
The streets, I mean, they're empty, but you're starting to see signs of let's just say as Locke likes to put it, crimin' is starting to return. Some of the more shady individuals are lurking in the alleys, ducking back when the cops are coming to court, but they are there. So you're starting to see more and more of them once again. that you would expect to be seeing as the time passes.
Oh, good.
The cop presence is pretty heavy. Not just like Capitol. There's Capitol Police, Metro Police. You see all of them going. You see a lot of the what you assume would be a 3-letter agency driving around. I mean, the black GMC Jimmies.
Or they might be Karenas.
They could be Koreans.
Because that's what she picked me up in.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
You get a phone call.
Okay.
You know the number.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
How's it
It's
going?
Karina.
Oh, I understand. I recognize the voice.
I'm just checking. I think you and I have a meeting that we should be having.
Sure.
I mean, it's kind of. So you did your thing at the meeting 11:30. It's probably about 2 in the morning right about now.
Okay. 2:30.
That sounds right to everybody. About 2:30.
Yeah, sounds about
Sure.
right. Enough time for a quick
I
meeting.
think you should pop over to the. Let's go Washington Monument this time. Somewhere different. Let's go to the Pencil, and we should have a brief little chat.
All right.
By yourself, of course.
Of course.
I'll see you then. And Karina hangs up.
Okay.
As you're walking, the signs of crime are going. Now, Locke, it strikes you odd as you're walking the neighborhood. Aside from the fire that started up the street from Lily's and O'Malley's, of course, that did not survive, and all the damage from the bulldozing a building. DuPont Circle didn't get a lot of damage. Not many windows busted out. The windows to Lily's place, actually, they'd already been replaced, though, and the glass cleaned up. So you didn't even see that. So you haven't seen much damage at all.
Yeah, Lily was on top of it. She got her club straight.
Yeah, but it's oddly that it's not the amount of damage you would expect considering the rest of the city you've seen.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting because I've been told before, and she says this to no one but herself, and does not say this aloud. But she has had a certain person tell her before that she's made sure things didn't happen when it would be inconvenient for her. So that's noted.
And
It's
Quartermain,
noted.
you notice it from the aerial view, gargoyling along and everything. Yeah, there's not a bunch of burnt cars. There's not a bunch of busted out windows. There's not trash all in the streets. If you didn't know any better other than the burning on the street right up from Lily's Club, you'd think it wasn't even a 4th of July weekend. I mean, there's not even the trash that tourists normally leave. DuPont Circle is strangely nicely kept.
Yeah.
Yep. There's only one other place you've been so far in the city that had that same level of non-damage.
That was over by the conservatory.
Mhm.
Yes, it was.
Because we got Methuselah sleeping under us.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because I've seen some riots.
Yes.
Those Stephen King riots in L.A. I mean, Rodney King.
Stephen
Rodney
King.
Even King.
He was the Shining
Some
in LA
weird
and it was
shit went
rough.
down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't see the big smile on my face. No,
It
Some
was the
weird
Cujo
shit
riots. Is
went
that what you
down.
said? Cujo
those
was let
Stephen
loose?
King riots were awesome.
Yeah, Cujo and the Stand.
Yeah, no.
And, yeah. Oh. But yeah, you've seen some riots. Your father used to tell you stories about what went on in D.C.
Oh, during the King riots.
Yep.
because he was an officer.
Yeah, Lily left the city just before that.
He wasn't in D.C. at the time, but
They called people in from the neighboring
Yes,
area.
yes, they did. And it's like a legend among the officers that were even serving anywhere in like Virginia. Even I mean, it's a legend that what went on. It was crazy. So, yeah, it's odd that no damage. The whole city is wrecked. Even Northwest took some pretty heavy hits at first.
While Lily is waiting for the Herald to show up, she's going to place a call over to Goodfellow.
Okay.
She just wants to schedule a time to talk with Dr. Xavier.
Okay. Good evening. This is Goodfellow speaking. How may I help?
Hi, good fellow. This is Lily Sanger.
Ah, yes. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. How are you, dear?
I'm doing fine. Our guest is less talkative tonight.
Oh,
He went and got a bite to eat.
yes. Well, he does clam up when that happens, from what I understand. Actually, I was wondering if Dr. Exeter had time over the next night or two, maybe to speak with me.
Well, once again, he's not in. I will have to ask him. He is looking into the fires that have been
That's
going
exactly
on.
what I'd like to speak with him about.
Yes, he's investigating a bit, trying to figure this out.
Sadly,
a
there
puzzle.
was one in my neighborhood, and I was wondering if he found anything out.
I will ask him.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, but of course.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful evening.
I will make sure he at least knows. I can't force him to call back, but
Yeah. No,
perhaps he will call or drop in for a visit.
that would be perfect. Thank you so much.
You have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
He hangs up the phone.
Mhm.
Steve's got his meeting to head to. Locke and Quartermain, you're going to be running your patrol till close to dawn, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Not
probably
like
gonna take-
close, but you're not going to
No.
race the sun back to your havens.
No,
Where is Locke planning to stay this night?
with all the bullshit that's been going down, she's gonna ask Quartermain if she can continue to stay with him, so they don't have to spend as much time coordinating in the morning. Because there's always a new fucking emergency.
Funny how that works in DC after a riot.
Sure.
So, Steve,
I mean, I'm no happier about it than you.
you're getting close to that door.
And now that she knows she's not free.
So, Steve, you get to the Washington Monument early, of course, as always, right?
No, couple minutes, yeah.
And punctual as always. Karina gets there on the dot, and you can hear the click, clack, click, clack of her heels as she's coming up the stone walkway.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her clipboard in hand. Good evening, Steve.
Hello, Karina.
Do we want to have pleasantries, or do we just get down to business?
Let's have a couple pleasantries and then we'll get to business.
Yes. So how was your night?
It was okay.
It was okay. Everyone's still doing fine. I've heard some rumors about little Miss Melissa. Just rumors.
Yeah, we're not sure where she is.
That's what I've heard as well. Art was by talking to Stanford. Which is why I'm here, of course, because I was asked to not be there by Art. But he did mention it in passing if I saw Melissa, and I'll let him know, so I'm here.
Well, like I said, we're looking, but we don't know where she is.
So, I hear there was a Primogen meeting.
There was indeed.
Care to tell me what was discussed?
As part of our deal, of course I will. It was said that you had intervened on my behalf, and
That was the deal.
yes, I was very happy to hear that. In return, I will tell you all the business that went on about Cone.
Okay.
Cone's not completely convinced that it was the drop that caused the kind riots, but he wants to find out what set it off.
Yes, I've heard the same. The warlock has been shouting that in Stanford's ears. Of course, won't do him a lot of good to shout in that ear. But
Let's see. Cassandra was accused of.
it's funny how you mentioned that because, well, there might have been a voicemail left that while the other end of the conversation mentioning, let's say, the word that shouldn't be mentioned here, was gone. It's odd that the voicemail still had a link back to the whole situation. Isn't that just... It's funny how that information flows.
It sure is. It's terribly coincidental.
And I might have mentioned it in front of certain individuals to make sure that it got out. What are the factions? Are we seeing signs of a forming block?
Not that I noticed yet. I am watching for them.
Good. Well, for now, I don't have any instructions specifically for you.
And one last thing, though. Cone did say that he thinks you might be involved somehow with Helena. Thinks maybe Helena... thinks maybe Helena was involved. Sorry, I misread the notes.
Interesting. But Nathan said she was gone.
Just making sure you know what happened.
Well, I'll make a note in my records here. I don't have any instructions for you right now because, of course, with nothing major of import coming in, I don't have a position for you to take. But do keep an eye out and let me know what factions are forming.
Okay.
I'm worried that Felix may not always have my clan's interest at heart. I want to make sure that he's doing what he should. If there's nothing else you have to relay, I will bid you good night.
Good night, Crane.
And I will see you again after the next meeting.
Sounds
Maybe
good.
not the same day. We shall see. And then clack, clack, clack. She's gone again. Just as quick, walking like a woman who's got somewhere to be.
Okay.
And during this whole time, even though there's technically a curfew where you're not supposed to gather, even though you're a small number, not a officer in sight around the monument.
That's funny, isn't it?
It's funny how that always occurs when she wants to have a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So you work back to the club. So you get back to your havens. Of course, you didn't find anything else on your walk around, though that info that the place hasn't been hit enough compared to everyone else's. Actually, quite a bit of info. You and Cornmain can discuss your findings, though both of you pretty much came to the same conclusion for different reasons.
Yeah. Locke will say on the way back to like his haven or somewhere. So there was a messy situation and someone very powerful told me that she cleaned up after it for me and made sure that nobody saw. And our neighborhood looks really nice compared to some of the other shitholes I've been seeing lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looked the same way around the conservatory.
Yeah. So, upside, possible real estate deals.
Locke is really learning quick. I mean, this is a big.
Why do you think Lily sent an email to her lawyer?
I mean, I don't think Locke has really used the words real estate deals ever. Actually, it's not.
She kind of has gestalt phrasing going on. She hears people say things, and she doesn't fully understand
So she's
what
just
the word means.
mimicking
Well,
much.
during
She
your time
can-
on the streets, you have worked with people to, let's say, devalue certain properties
Oh,
for them to be bought up cheaply. You understand the concept of property value down, buy, refurbish, sell for profit because, well, you've been with groups that were paid some money to make sure that happened.
I have been the devaluing individual who sits around and just looks sketchy.
Or breaks glass in the middle
Or
of the night.
breaks
and-
glass.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so that's a thing. But it looks like the streets are bouncing back now.
It's a good
Good.
thing. So right about
Good.
3:45, you get a visit. Wayland.
Okay. I call Steven. Might as well knock two birds out with one stone.
Okay. Wayland comes in and he's dressed nicely and perfectly groomed, everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes in, ah, Lily, my dear, Here,
Thank
darling,
you.
this is for you. And he hands you a black rose.
And I tuck it into my cleavage, as I always do.
I would love to be here to chat. I'm on official business.
Of course.
I would have been here earlier, but his lordship kept me a while. We had some discussions. He wanted to talk about me. It was in relation to discussions you and I have had recently. He just wanted to clarify some things on that. I'm here, of course, in the official capacity. I've come here to announce that blood hunts have been called. The prince formally declares a blood hunt on Cassandra. Her life and her bloodline is forfeit. He has also formally declared a blood hunt on Gino. He has suggested there may be a few others in the near future, but he hasn't decided. So I assume that means he is using me to pass the word to people so that the ones he hasn't decided know to keep their head down.
Of course.
Also, he would like me to announce to everyone that Glenn Courier has been granted clemency for services rendered and services to be performed, and his punishment of a staking has been undone. Let it not be said that the prince is not magnanimous to those who bring value to his court.
Oh, Lily gets the message.
Well, of course, I've done my official duties. I must be gone. I've got a few others to hit tonight. I won't be able to finish it until tomorrow.
Do stay for just a moment. Steve, could you excuse us for a moment?
Certainly.
Also, do you know where I can get in touch with Locke and Quartermain?
I text Quartermain. Harold needs to see you.
You text Harold?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Wayland needs to see you.
Harold, Harlo.
That's actually a great way to do it.
Yeah, you know what? I do that. Harold, as
That's
in
actually a
the
good
name
one.
Harold, needs
Because
to
you've
see
been
you.
taught that trick by
Yeah.
Felix.
Yeah.
I don't know fucking Harold.
Dude, say it out loud.
Huh?
It's Wayland.
No, it says Harold. Look, Harol.
Come on, we've got to go back to the club.
Or give him a location.
Or give him a location, one or the two.
Let's just.
I'll go to the club.
Okay, so if he texts back and he's coming to the club, I'm like, stay here for a moment. They will be here shortly.
Oh, good. Because I asked Quartermain or asked Stanford where to go see him, and he told me that I could hoist myself by my own lanyard before he'll tell me where Quartermain stays.
Of course, because, you know.
Is that a sailing term, I assume?
Yes, it
of course?
is. Yes, it is. And basically, he's saying he's not going to tell you where his sheriff lives.
It's worth a try.
I know. But, okay, so if you excuse us,
Certainly.
Okay.
I'm going to have him go ahead and take the next step of the bond, because it's the next night.
Yes, it is. That's right. He drinks from it. Okay.
And I have to rouse.
Yep.
And I get hungrier
Finally.
Finally, I'm at 2.
And you hear her voice.
Of course I do. It's faint, though, because it's only 2 hunger.
No, it's not faint. It's still her voice. It's just not tugging at you.
Mm-hmm.
He was always nice. He's yours now. Use him. Bend him to you. Bind him. Don't let him go. He's the best of the lot. And then it goes silent again. Is that a 3 bond?
Yeah.
He looks at you. I don't feel...
Really, darling, how do you feel?
Well, I feel fine, but I'm not bound. I'm okay.
You're bound.
He just kind of got one damn success on his willpower to resist doing what she wants. One damn roll, one damn die.
And I just say, it's okay, darling. I promise not to abuse you.
His game of playing it off is over.
Is
now.
over.
Damn it.
He is hers.
It doesn't take you guys long, by the way, to reach the club from your haven, Quartermain, especially if you take the quick way. because of the hour, 3:45. It's getting.
But we hadn't even gotten all the way there
No,
yet.
you hadn't.
So
Yeah, because you were still just coming back. From
Yeah.
your
So
patrol.
and basically, once
So
I just text and say conference, I text conference room, and
All right.
yeah,
you arrive shortly after, and Steve's outside the door.
yeah, and Lily just walks out, and
Yeah, because
leave
you
it
don't know
open
they're
for you
here yet
guys.
because you can't hear them from in the conference room. You get a notification, and the door opens, and there's Wayland, and there's Lily, and there's Steve outside the door, and Quartermain and Locke.
okay.
And Wayland bows formally. Sheriff Quartermain, Houndlock. I am sent here on official business. The prince wishes all to be known in his domain that a blood hunt has been called. I suppose this is of particular importance to you and Quartermain, of course. Cassandra's life or unlife is forfeit. Also, Gino Manatelli, his life is forfeit. If you see either in this town, they may be killed without requesting the right of destruction from the prince, for that has been granted. If you wish to drink them down, that is granted as well. It's a blood hunt. This happens rarely in DC. Also, the prince has let it be known that Glenn Courier has been granted clemency. He has had the stake removed due to services rendered, of course, and promises of services in the future. As the prince has instructed me, he wants everyone to know that as long as you prove your worth, he can forgive many things.
Have a great evening, Wayland.
As you. Sheriff Quartermain, Houndlock. And he leaves.
Mhm.
Yep. He
Keep it real, man.
don't acknowledge him for their court positions.
Mhm.
He's in court. Right now, he outranks you
Yeah,
because he's doing an official function of the
he's
prince.
Herald.
He's Herald. He's speaking the words as if the prince had spoken himself.
Mhm.
So, now y'all are at the conference room. Y'all gonna talk about, what the Herald just said. I mean, some of that.
I mean, we knew, like, some of those were... Well, Cassandra, I guess Cassandra was kind of like, I guessed. Gino, we knew. Gino, we were told that a blood hunt was going to happen.
Yeah, a certain one that was supposed to happen didn't.
Malik is not on that list. Unless he declares that that's already a blood hunt that's been declared, and it doesn't need to be newly declared.
Vitel had declared a blood hunt on him.
Does that survive?
yeah, but
the
I
change
don't
of
think he
prince?
mentioned. I don't think Stanford mentioned whether that was going to continue or
Right,
not.
he didn't mention.
It hasn't been mentioned. Some kindred would assume that means it's still in place.
Okay.
Others would assume it's not in place. Something that somebody might want to bring up with him.
Well,
Yeah.
Lily's not.
Or it's a subtle
You're right.
It's
One
a
on
subtle
Lily.
slight.
or it's a subtle reminder
Mhm.
to certain individuals.
Mhm. Lily's taking it as a slight.
You might want to bring it up.
Hmm.
No, he did say that there's a blood hunt on Cassandra, her unlife, and her bloodline.
Yeah, that was.
But we don't know
curious.
of any children of hers.
But if she has any,
They're all dead too.
he has
Right.
declared them dead too.
Right.
Interesting. I wonder who her childer.
Childer.
The look on Bill's face.
You caught that, huh? You caught that I said it that way, damn it. Y'all are getting on. Y'all are catching on to the way I do shit.
Uh-huh. So
I
she's
didn't
got
slip
Childer
that in.
somewhere.
I tried to slip it in without y'all noticing there was a slight difference between her and Gino. Of course, if Stanford used the same wording for Gino, Karina would be forfeit.
Yes, she would. Yes, she would.
Mm-hmm. But yes, that wording y'all caught.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, I caught it.
As Katie has pointed out here recently, that it's the verb usage sometimes you've got to look
The
at.
words are very
Yeah,
specific.
the words are specific.
So
The
yeah.
Glenn message is interesting for you two,
Mhm.
because you didn't know Glenn was
Mm-mm.
to be spared.
Glenn's back.
Yeah.
I
Good
mean,
for
I
him.
figured. honestly, I figured the stake was going to come out for a few reasons. Because one, he had information that
Yeah, you kind of told me about that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
hinted.
like-
You talked about the cash. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about
Yeah,
that in the elevator the other day.
Yeah, he was gonna have to bring him back.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how many Nos do we have? We don't have many Nos. We
Yeah,
need
they
some.
are dropping like flies.
You're not gonna
Quartermain,
leave one on ice.
George, Glenn, Stanford.
Yeah.
4 now.
So,
And
um,
Dr. Filer.
Yep.
and I'm wondering if he's gonna get his other child to come to town at some point.
You mean Stanford's other child?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. And Lily says that out loud. Oh,
I mean, he said that was a thing he was considering doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's what he did in Rhode Island. Providence.
So,
I have a question.
yeah.
Who's Dr. Philo?
That was the blood guy.
Huh?
That was
He's
the
one
guy
with,
that had us.
Ludlow.
That was the guy that needed us to help find Sam.
He was a guest.
Oh, was that Celador?
Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solidar.
That was Philo
Okay.
Exeter.
Yeah, that
Helped
was the
y'all
one that
find
had
Sam.
us find Sam.
He was a Nos?
Yeah, he's a Nos.
He used his
never
mask
picked
of
up-
1,000 faces almost all the time.
All
He
the
lives
time.
I
under it.
never picked up on that.
Mhm.
He
Wow.
lives under
Okay.
Mask of 1,000 Faces almost all the time. He only dropped his Nos mask actually in front
In front of the prince.
the prince, and
That was it, I think.
he did it in the garage in front of Lily,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was it. And he
Yeah.
put it back on when he cut through the
Mhm.
club. He didn't drop it any other time. He didn't like to
Mhm.
keep it down.
Down. Yep.
Yep.
So, all right, that's interesting.
I was
I'm wondering
unaware.
who the other people he was giving warnings to are.
He's got to look at who might have pissed him off this week. Stanford is known for his weekly grudges.
Weekly grudges.
Yeah.
Let's go check TMZ.
Let's go
Yeah.
check
Has Dorian been by yet? Or Art been by to visit Stanford? Well, he might be pissed at him too. I don't know.
and Lily looks over, and when you say, let's go check TMZ, I look at her and say, what was this thing you wanted me to search? Foxes on trampolines?
Foxes on trampoline.
That's
Foxes
something
on
if you- I don't know if you
trampolines.
want to bring it up. What Karina told you about somebody was meeting with the prince tonight. That is your call to bring it up. She didn't tell you she can't talk about what she told you.
That's true, you know. So I do. I bring it up. Karina says the princess is tonight.
I'm gonna say it a little
If you want
louder.
to say it a little louder,
No.
you're practically whispering.
You're whispering it to
Yeah.
Lily, but not to
Yeah.
Locke and Quartermain. They're like, whoa, I heard Karina. Blah, blah, blah.
No, Karina. See, I'm not. I had an occasion to speak with Karina tonight, and she mentions that the prince had an appointment later. Someone he needs to speak to.
With who?
She didn't say, did she?
Yeah, she did. Art.
Oh,
Yeah,
She told you he was meeting
Art.
with Art, and she wasn't allowed to be there.
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Art had a private meeting. The only reason she knew Art was there, she told you, that Art asked her if she saw Melissa just to let him know.
right.
But Art actually had a meeting by himself with the prince.
Mhm.
Art. Art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
art is not. Okay, interesting. So he wanted Karina not in there. He wanted to just talk to Stanford. So there's a few possibilities. And we're in the secure room,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
yeah.
And they have
And we
checked
have
it.
checked it. It's clean.
One, Melissa. Now the weird thing is he doesn't seem to be giving too much of a shit about Melissa right now. Like it's not. He's like she'll be back,
Even
whatever.
the way Karina told you, it seemed it was like an offhand comment by Art.
If you
and not
see her,
really
let
a-
me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So something else might be twigging at him. And I just have this bad feeling that Justicar is going to come out. It's going to come out over the shit that went down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he wants to talk to Stanford alone.
Yeah.
But you didn't ask, Steve. You could have. Was it art or was it art?
Right.
Did he say, like, if you see Melissa, let me know? He's like, wow, man. Like, if you see, like, Marissa, you know.
Melissa.
Or Melissa, you know.
Not Marissa.
You might want
Jesus
to let
Christ.
Marissa Tomei, if you see her, Art's really interested.
Marissa, the former prince, is supposed to be dead.
That one, too. If you see her, I'm sure Art wants to know that, too. She didn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Player tips for future, game reference.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Sometimes you might want to drag more info out of people if they're giving info away.
Mhm.
Karina giving info away.
Yeah. She's leading you on. She
Yeah.
wants you to ask questions. She's seeing how receptive you are and how perceptive.
He's not.
Yeah,
No,
he's
he
not.
Isn't. He isn't.
He's not. He's oblivious.
Or she knew that he would tell other individuals that she wants to know what's going on.
Well,
Like Lily.
Only if the
Lily.
storyteller prompts him.
Quartermain. Yeah, really.
Well, he's still a new player. I'm trying to help him out here. He's not
So
used to
I
actually role playing in a game.
yeah.
I mean, we all start somewhere. But no, that's something that would be jogging Steve's mind about that because you've learned enough that Karina doesn't give up info unless she wants to. But it could be a message for Lily to know. It could be a message that she wanted the sheriff and hound to know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we need to talk to Karina? Because we know Stanford may not be taking this seriously enough.
And I look over at Locke when you say that, and I'm like, it might be a good idea, especially if you're saying he's acting off, to get a feel for how he acted with her.
Yeah. So, okay, it's probably too late to meet with her tonight.
Yeah, it's getting real close to
But
dawn now.
maybe we can get on her schedule tomorrow.
Is that directed at me?
I can.
No.
go back.
What I'm saying is, were you saying that to me?
I was saying,
Just in general.
I just be in general, whoever might make sense for that meeting.
Oh, okay.
Because we all have an angle. I think it's my clan.
Yeah.
I have an angle here. Your sheriff, you have an angle here. Steve
like I
is
said,
If it's art,
if Justicar art pops out, it's not my problem anymore.
Yeah.
if
That's
Justicar-
exactly what I
If
said.
Justicar pops out, that angle is now infinite because
Yeah.
he's not part of it.
He's not part of it.
Steve might have just had a think later. Lily's a Toreador, and they collect information like
Almost like Nos.
Can I pull Steve aside for a private word for a moment?
If Steve wants you to, go ahead.
What?
Will you take a walk with me?
Okay. What's on your mind?
And I assume you leave the room
Yeah.
and talk softly. No spit, no big sticks.
Yeah. When you're having your little clandestine meetings, just remember there's always eyes watching.
Oh, I knew that.
Okay.
But,
Just letting you know.
But it's a good thing to keep in mind always.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't see the rats watching you.
Right.
It's true.
No, I didn't. See, I didn't know.
I
I still don't. That Glenn and the rats had seen Karina.
Yeah, you don't know that. They have not told you.
Right.
He just warned you about clandestine meetings.
Right.
I'm gonna warn you that all the Rat Patrol information is now going through me.
That's actually a big revelation coming from Quartermain for that because
Yeah.
you know what the Rat Patrol gave.
So
Right.
if you got sketchy shit going on and you want it kept quiet,
Hire a rat catcher first. A lot of them.
Yes, Quartermain. If I wanted to keep it quiet.
if you want to keep it quiet, you know who to ask.
Okay.
Quartermain loves boons.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He loves.
I'm collecting quite a few of them.
Yep. So it's an interesting point on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else that y'all need to discuss in the conference room? I know Quartermain and Steve can come wandering back in there.
Locke will inform Lily. She's like, so remember when we had our thing and it got messy? Like real messy because you were hungry and you just slipped.
Oh, yeah.
So someone extremely powerful made sure that no one saw and that everything was fine.
Oh.
And another really interesting, completely unrelated thing is that our neighborhood, like this neighborhood, is way more together and not blown out than all the other neighborhoods.
Yeah, I've noticed because
Yeah,
I've been
Thomas
out.
told you about that.
And
too.
I also noticed because I've been going to Wayland's.
Yeah, Thomas.
And the
informed me.
conservatory.
Yeah. I was there.
So-
I was actually there the other night. I was checking in
I'm-
on Chaz.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's just a thing to keep in mind. That's an interesting fact that I realized tonight. Oh, also the streets are starting to wake up again.
Oh, so things
So-
are going a little bit back to normal.
A little bit.
So
Not
Lily
like
might get a club open next Friday.
Good.
Yeah.
So we might be able to open next weekend because,
yeah.
I'm shelling out money paying all my boys and I'm not bringing any in, and this is not a good situation to go long term. So.
I mean, it's my people who are coming out, just so you know.
Oh, I get it. But when they come, others
out,
come
it's
too.
the other people. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
because
you know.
if they come and the others don't come, those guys stop hanging out because there's no one to rip off.
If you build it,
Exactly.
they will
You know what? They're legitimate businessmen.
Yeah.
They are.
They
good
are-
businessmen.
they
mean,
provide
we've
a
got-
service.
I totally understand it. I'm not saying I condone it, but I understand it.
Yeah. So
they are good
that's
businessmen.
just a thought. Hopefully, the situation will continue. It's gonna continue to get better. It's DC.
Yeah,
DC
they
doesn't
can't
like
keep
to be-
things tight locked down for too long because it's, the capital
just
of the
too-
free world. So,
We're too stubborn to not go out.
yeah.
So, all right. Okay,
Okay.
that's all she had for that night. So,
Everyone's getting ready to leave.
Oh,
Lily's eyes kind of get unfocused.
mm,
And Lily's, your vision's pulled away. And you're overlooking DC. You've been in this position many, many nights.
I'm getting rather tired of this.
This time it came to you without you wanting it to. It came to you. You felt it push you and you entered
Yeah.
into it. Below you is a city devastated. Much more devastated than what you could see now when your faculties are there. But it's a city devastated. It's been burnt. Bodies in various places. But you know that this doesn't always match exactly to the real world, so it could be the same. But you also see there's pieces of paper blowing in the wind. And they blow one direction, then they blow the other. Sometimes they're caught in a little maelstrom. Pieces flutter away, others get added to it. And they flutter a while until at some point a big gust of wind hits them and they scatter to the wind and they're gone. And then your vision returns. And you're back in the club, in the conference room, with everyone's eyes on you because they've seen this before. And you just kind of went eyes unfocused, rigid.
I want to know who the bastard is doing this to me, and I want him ended.
is somebody actually doing this to you? Like, I thought this was like just a thing that happened.
My
For some
visions
y'all.
are being directed
So somebody's putting them in your
by
head.
a fucked up producer.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else here is that familiar with Allspecs.
No, it's magic ghost shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I am
Coolman
literally
wouldn't really
seeing
either.
sequential scenes of the same thing over and over and over again. And little things will change as actions may change them. But I am seeing the same thing. It doesn't work that way.
Huh.
Again,
who you're-
I see the city. Again, I see devastation. Again, I'm seeing shit. And I don't see ravens this time. Oh no, this time it's pieces of paper swirling around in the wind and blowing off. I'm sick of this shit.
Remember who you're sitting on top of.
I don't
Yeah, you
think
think
it's
it's
her. I think
her?
it's the one that's got Chaz.
Either
Fucking
way,
Maux,
it's
man.
not good.
Fucking Maux.
One who has Chaz, which bloodline?
I swear
Would
it's
that
a.
be?
I don't know because I haven't been able to find out everything yet, but I swear to God, I think it's a Mal fucking with him.
If that would be the case, and there's a Malkavian who's flat out admitted,
Mm-hmm.
to you at least, what she is,
Mm-hmm.
that would put 2 Malkavians
2 Malkavians and a fucking Lasombra.
under the kid.
Fucking Maux, man.
It might explain one or two things, like why she's in
She
plain
said
sight.
we. She also said we, I believe, at least once or twice.
Yeah, so I think they're both been trying to fight the other. It makes sense because the other one's tough.
Still watching your face, Bill.
I know you love watching me when I make my faces because I love hearing the
Still
players'
watching your face.
thought path. But as Locke would say, my words, when I, especially
Yeah.
situations like that, are chosen very carefully.
Yeah, but anyway, and you know, back to this. Lily legit looks around and says, you know, I know they're going to play their games, fight their wars, do what the fuck they need to do because they're bored with eternity. I get it.
I mean, if you had eternity, wouldn't you?
But at the same time, quit fucking with my goddamn head. I'm not your fucking pet, you know?
One
I mean,
interesting,
word.
I mean, one interesting thing though is you're the only one in the coterie with premonition, so
I know.
there's no way to tell if it's you specific or others. And you haven't asked any other kindred in the city.
No,
either.
because Lily doesn't tell people she has accurate visions.
That's probably
Because
a good
Lily's
idea.
not going to be used and abused for it.
Your visions have been
Very fucking accurate.
disturbingly, because that's not normally how it works. Normally, your premonitions are things that could happen, may happen, might happen. Sometimes
I mean,
even
Steve can see ghosts, can't you, Steve?
Occasionally.
But seeing ghosts isn't the same thing.
But he could learn, like, to see other things.
Yeah, I don't think he'd want to, not with what's going on with him now.
But then we could science.
All those episodes of Bill Nye is paying off.
She streams them on her phone.
Well, actually,
She's learning.
no, the timing would have been close to about right for her to have watched them on TV at one point.
Yeah.
Does she watch Reading Rainbow too?
She probably watched Reading Rainbow.
Hey, and even Lily chimes in and said that was an outstanding program for children.
So at
Her
this,
data used to just through the roof.
oh, yeah. Thankfully, even that's free nowadays. Though with the burner phones, it's not as free.
Yeah.
But you just buy it in 10, 20 gig packs.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to bed down and
Yep, so
people are going to head back.
Locke and Quartermain head back to his haven.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an interesting night for the Kindred, a lot of revelation for everybody involved. It's also some odd portents coming out of the Madam of the Tower. What follows Quartermain? What waits in front of him? And, well, Lily's visions are having a problem. They're still orchestrated at
She
Silver
is
Scenes.
so done with them.
But there's secrets that the coterie been holding for a while. Some of them amongst each other, and some of them amongst the other kindred in the city. And while they're secure right now, there's people probing at the edges of it. Some of these secrets are a bit too much to ever come out. This is where we're going to end our vampire tale for the night. And I'd like to thank Jim and Katie for playing remotely with us, because it's good to have you back at the table.
Absolutely.
Well, not
Yes,
at the
it
table.
is.
It's good to have you back playing with us. To have Locke and Quartermain back doing their thing.
Yeah, sorry, things going on. Dying
get
of
sick?
plague.
Oh, I'm
You know how it
glad.
goes.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to have a lovely time watching me, like, blow my nose every 2 minutes.
You know, I'd rather you play remotely than bring sick over here.
Yes.
Because Relin has spent almost every Christmas since we've been together
Sick. Yep.
Yeah. And I'll
Every
just
year
warn
we've had to wrap presents, she has been sick.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So,
We're not wrapping presents this year.
no, we're not. So I'm not getting sick.
Yeah,
Well, maybe it's the presents that made you sick.
I was so mad when I got sick. I was like ready to like make like a diagram with like threads and thumbtacks and names to figure out who the fuck got us sick.
That's awesome. I've thought about doing that too, but we always know the answer. My parents.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
All right, well, let's wrap it
kids
up.
never get us sick.
Yep.
Ever.
So, thank you everyone for watching. It was good to have the players back. I think this is a definitely hitting a darker chapter for this chronicle. I've said it once. I'm gonna say it again. This is the Empire Strikes Back of our chronicle. There is no this particular chapter. There's probably no happy ending or positive ending at all coming from it.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
That's very true. As always, we are proud Gehenna Gaming affiliates.
Yes.
Panel below. You hear it every week. I'm saying it every week anyway. Panel below. Go to their website if you like dark games, horror games. Doesn't even have to be vampire, cult, aliens. Even talking about aliens and Call of Cthulhu. It's great. Pop over Discord. Say hi, McStabber's Lounge. Tell me I suck. I'm fine with it. Quartermain tells me it all the time. So I'm used to it. It's great. I'm fine with that. We've got some friends. You'll see him on the chat. Macabre Derek on shortly after this. Looking at the time, probably not quite yet, but he's close. Q Times is still on break, I believe. Hopefully that B Dave's coming back with his Q Times Long Beach by night. I hope. Vancouver by night does their monthly games. By the way, Seattle by night on Penny Arcade on Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Just saying. That's Jason Carl. Again, it's good shit. So, if you're a Prime member, you can get us a free subscription. You can give it to us, We don't do this to make money because, well, we'd never make money at this. It's just not how it works. But for all those who are interested in our streaming setup, that's now down there too. Of course, there's an Amazon panel, shows all the equipment we're using. And then you can look at why, my wife wants to shank me. Because of all the streaming equipment that I've bought. So we thank you all for coming. If anyone else would like to say anything, I know Quartermain likes to tell me suck it, so he might want to throw one of those in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But
well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yep, and we'll see
Thank
you
you.
all next week. Have
Bye,
a good night.
everyone.
And then thanks for coming.